गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. The topic that I have been given is Propel Your Life. First, what does propel mean? To move forward, to keep striving forward. Your we will worry about later. Everyone knows who you are. And life, that is a big question. What do we consider as life? That we will see. And we'll also explore, because this evening when he told me what the topic was, I had read it a few weeks ago, but I have forgotten. And we'll explore it from the difficult way to propel your life to the easiest way to propel, I wouldn't say your life, the life, which is getting propelled by itself anyway, whether you know it or you don't. And man meaning woman included, I should say woman, in that her man is already included. But man, whether we like it or not, from childhood, we are propelled to excel. Life is pushing us to excel. पहले हाथ पैर हिलते हैं. First we move our limbs, then we learn to crawl, then we learn to stand, then we learn to walk, then we learn to hold the spoon, then we learn to eat, then we learn to speak, then we learn to learn the alphabets, go to school, and continuous improvement. What is it that is pushing us in that direction? The child doesn't have the brain to think that I want to propel my life in the right direction. Then who is pushing him? कौन धक्का दे रहा है अंदर से? Question to be asked. So one parent asked me, Swamiji, now I have become a parent and my business just failed. He had opened a shop in Melbourne and his shop was closing because Tesco or something like that, it had taken over that whole building. So he had to close the shop. Now what do? I'm so down. I left my job because I thought I will do this business. It was doing well, and now they have sold the whole building and I have to close down the shop. So how? So that very moment, just few months ago, his child was born, elder daughter. And I only named her Dhiya. Her name. And I said, you tie your success to the success of this child. He says, what do you mean? Exactly what I just told you. The child is only successful. There is no question of failure in a child. There is only growth. It's only when the education system sets in. It's only when the I sets in. It's only when the parents see that the child is having an identity of some sort, and that also is taught to the child. The child says, now Swami, if I am a child, now the Swami will like to go to school. Now Swami will like to wear the shoes. And parents scold. बड़े महाराजा आ गया है, बोल अभी मैं जूते पहनना चाहता हूँ. I want to wear the shoes. I want to go to the school. You are brainwashed to think like that by the parents and by the society and by the school system, and the problem begins. And when that problem begins, now the first way is, now the ego is there, what to do? We are looking around everywhere. Everyone is running. School also, everyone is carrying bags. We also carry bags. School, everyone is competing with each other. We are competing with each other. Everyone is becoming doctor and engineer. We also become doctor and engineer. One child's parents, they said, oh, in our family, nobody has become a doctor. You're going to take science. We are ourselves, at year 11, we finished our school and we started working. You're getting a chance. Come on, you take science. He took science. यार जब पेरेंट्स ने पढ़ाई नहीं की तो ये क्या पढ़ेगा? See? So he took science, but he didn't get very good marks in the year 12. Now the parents said, acha, and with the science marks, he could get any university with science degree. Now what to do? But science degree in those days, I'm talking about in 80s, in those days, science degree had a higher value than the commerce degree or the arts degree. So if you have science degree, you are considered smart. So you can get into commerce degree with your science marks. उसको डाल दिया फिर किसमें commerce honors. He started going to the commerce honors class. He doesn't know what is debit, he doesn't know what is credit, he doesn't know what is balance sheet, he doesn't know anything. Eventually he didn't complete, he used to watch movies. So, and this is how parents try to live their dream through the children. But the child who was naturally driven to excel, suddenly when imposed with these expectations on him, this growth starts getting stunted till he finds himself, till he finds that no, this is not the way I'm going to do for what I have got passion for. And he starts. And then people become successful. You all are successful people in your own fields. Okay. When I was as a sannyasi, when I started as a brahmachari, not sannyasi, first day my teacher said, acha, in the lectures he said, this brahmachari will start classes tomorrow. I never addressed people in my life. Straight from the ashram, put into the classroom, and so 30-40 people sitting there. And nowadays, normally in Gurukul system, what happens? The teacher is sitting up like on that stage, and the students are a little bit lower level. In Ajkal ke school, now you understand Hindi if I add Hindi in between? Yeah. नहीं सारा हिंदी नहीं यार, इधर there are people who don't understand Hindi here on Zoom. I was given a seat, I'm sitting there, and everyone is sitting on chairs, and I'm looking up to all the people, and all of them are looking down at me. This new joker has come, he's going to teach us. What is he going to teach us? And I was scared. I was sweating. But then you have to break the ice somehow. Yeah? When you put your attention on something higher, then what do? You remember your guru, you remember your teacher, and Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. Abhi to maine sirf ek mantra bola, only one mantra. It's actually, there are quite a few mantras in that. So that day, I chanted the whole Guru Mantra Mala. Instead of one, I said, out of 1.5 hours, at least 10 minutes will go in this chanting, 5 minutes will go in chanting. Then I said, this is my first class, I don't know, we should invoke the Guru. Then I chanted 108 names of the Guru. Another 20 minutes passed. Still 1 hour, 10 minutes left. But by that time, I had become comfortable. See? And same way, our individuality also, the ego, which was not there before, which came about as a result of the environment, it also becomes comfortable, and it also starts feeling that I'm comfortable now. The more things I identify with, the more comfortable I will be, because that's the data that it has. So this is the first stage, that if as a I, if I want to propel my life, what will make my life move forward in the direction which I want? I have to choose a higher goal. I have to be passionate about what I want to be or what I want to do in life. Something must catch my imagination, which will make me not sleep at night. See, last night, what time we came back?
Midnight.
Midnight we came back. I slept at 1 o'clock. He told me, Swamiji, we want meditation in the morning. We were up in the morning. That's inspiration. Otherwise, sleep or sleep, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Nobody to watch, nobody to check. See? So when we are fired up from within with some goal that we want to achieve in life, automatically the propulsion system starts within us. But here, the cause of inspiration or motivation is outside. It is some goal. It may be money, it may be environment, it may be the society, it may be the whatever. It may be a guru also, that you want to do the seva of the guru. You want to build an ashram, you want to build a temple, whatever. But the goal that is inspiring you to focus on something is outside. And after some time, whenever you are, if the goal is not large enough, eventually you will become puss. You will need another goal. You will need another project. You will need another engagement which can inspire you. And if you see some people, those who are mountaineers, what do? They climb one peak, they feel the adrenaline rush, they feel they have conquered, they have prepared few months for it. Then they come down, and after recovery, then again they are fidgeting. Hey, yaar, I don't have anything in my life. I have to do something. Then they start looking which mountain to conquer, which mountain to climb, and then they choose one. Again, but when they come down after some time, the exhilaration which they felt when they were on the top of the mountain was no longer there. That exhilaration, that inspiration, that lightheadedness, that joy, everything had left them when they were not on the journey, when they are resting and recovering. Just like that, some people, when we have in Melbourne, we have retreats, residential retreats. So in residential retreat, people come, Swamiji, we should have more often. Why? Every month we must have a dose. Why? That dose will keep them going. If we do a 1 week retreat, it will keep them going for at least 20 days. Then they need something else. So this is what happens. The important point here to remember is, this is what happens when the goal is outside. When the inspiration or that which is propelling you is outside. This is the first way. And you can go after it, but there is a consequence. It could be positive, it could be negative. If the goal is, if you are not cut out for something but you work hard. Just now I met one friend in London, and he is a IIM, my classmate, passed out from IIM in Ahmedabad. He's a globe-renowned economist, but he is a straight shooter. He will not mince the words what he has to say. Bengali babu hai. Rebel. And because of that, he has always rubbed the wrong way with some high flying people, with the companies that he has worked for. He says, Swamiji, where am I going wrong? Why am I? Other people have, such a huge pool of people to help them, and I am a one-man army. Nobody. I said, I am also one-man army. Nobody to help me. See, why? Goal is I want something outside in my life to excite me, to propel me, to inspire me, to motivate me to move forward. And when I have put all my energies in that direction, without keeping checks, balancing my life, there will be consequences. If I'm totally focused on my career, the children are the sacrifice, there's no attention for them. If I'm totally on the business, then the wife complains. We go to so many houses. स्वामी जी इनको कुछ बोलो, कभी कभी घर में भी काम किया करो, घर में भी अपना शक्ल दिखाया करो. They should stay at home. I want to go and see a movie with him, but he's not available. अब क्या करेंगे? So these are the consequences. Sometimes it leads to drastic consequences also. Moving from here, if we observe our life, that outside objects have given me motivation, they have given me a direction, but it is temporary. I always am in need of something to motivate me. Is there a way that I can get out of this situation where I have to choose? If I have to choose, what would be the bestest goal or object for me to inspire me incessantly throughout my life? Not one object to the next object, one project to the next project, one mountain to the next mountain. Is there something that can inspire me for the rest of my life? And there it comes that you look at the life from a different angle. Here you are looking at life from here you are looking at life. But from your point of view, the life is so huge, the world is so huge, the creation is so huge. You don't see all the ifs and buts, you don't see the positives and negatives, only to some extent. Whatever your brain can manage, you can see, but not everything. Then how do I do it? Everything affects me. When I go to people, some people avoid me. When I go to some people, he was just now saying that they don't. But then he said, but when I go for this SMSf, then everything works. When I go for my work, it doesn't work. Why? Why these type of things happen? क्या हो रहा है यार यहाँ पे? Why this what do you call difference? Is there a way that I choose such a goal in which all the goals are included? Is it possible? The rule is higher the goal, greater the inspiration. So if I have to choose objectively something in this world, now I don't want to choose a mountain, I don't want to choose a project, I don't want to choose a promotion. I choose something who has created this creation. Who has created this creation? We call him God. So I start attempting to see the creation from the God's point of view. And when I start seeing the creation from the God's point of view, or I start offering everything, every thought, every act, every speech, every interaction in my life to that higher being, my responsibility is over. Now what is my, before as an individual, it was all my responsibility. If I rub wrong against some person, I have to go and say sorry. If I do something wrong, I have to pay for the consequences. Now, when I am offering everything to that higher being, now it is not my responsibility. Bhagavan says, Ananyas chintayanto mam ye jana paryupasate tesham nityaviyuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. He says, you think of me exclusively and I'll take care of what you have and what you need. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. But what is the price that you have to pay? Price you have to pay everywhere. Whether you are on your individual journey or you are in that journey, you are thinking about some higher being. Or let that be Guru also. And what is that? Exclusive focus. The greater the focus, the greater the intent, the more exclusive your inner intent towards that higher being or the Guru Maharaj, the greater are the results. Unknowingly, things start happening as our, what is his name? Sanjay ji. Just as our Sanjay ji was saying. And these things start happening. See? So, how do we focus on this? On this higher being, on this divine. See? Is he the propeller? Bhagavan says that I am the material of the whole creation, I am the creator of the whole creation. So he himself, out of himself, has created the creation. And he himself is making and breaking and maintaining, creating, maintaining and destructing the whole creation, which we accept. So even after acceptance, we don't want to live it in our life by making our own goals, saying, I want to achieve, I want to achieve, I want to achieve. Yes, we are made like that. We have to set our goals, but you make this, tweak it a little bit, that whatever you set for yourself, you offer it to the higher. You take even that setting of the goal as the grace of the higher, as the inspiration of the higher, rather than I have set my goal, I am going to achieve it, I am going to complete it, I am. Get this goes out, and instead his will, like there's a saying, let thy will prevail, or man proposes, God disposes. So you can propose, but you know that in the end only he is the one who is doing everything, not me. And when you do that, you find as your attention becomes, your intention becomes focused on that higher, slowly, you start refining in what your goals in life are. Automatically from selfish goals, you move to societal goals. From there, you move to global goals. That is how we see it nowadays. So many people are inspired to move, to do something for the environment. नहीं तो पहले कहाँ थे इतने लोग? पहले इतने गुरु भी नहीं थे. पहले इतने भगवान भी. Now Ganesh ji is drinking milk everywhere in the world. Now gurus are traveling everywhere in the world. Before they were not there doing that much. They were, but not as many as today. Now with the YouTube and Zoom and everything, every day you can get so many satsangs everywhere. See? So when we see the hand of the higher, we become responsibility free, because we know that if my mind is totally dedicated to that higher, he will give the right thoughts, he will give the right inspiration, he will give the right push at the right time, make me meet the right people, put me in the right situations, and everything is like a breeze. No, ego has to put efforts. I have to do it. I have to study. I have to pass the exam. I have to put every brick to build the house. But here, when we are having the intent on the higher, everything is happening. You have to do it. But you are recognizing that everything that is happening in your life is by His grace. Here also, objectivity is there. First, the object outside in the world was inspiring you. Now the divine is inspiring you. See that Eklavya. You have heard of Eklavya? Eklavya, he went to Dronacharya. A little bit of some example. He went to Dronacharya. Dronacharya said, I will not accept you as a disciple. That Eklavya did not complain. He said, okay. He requested few times. He refused. He went because he was a tribal. He went into the jungle. He built a statue of Dronacharya out of mud. And taking that statue of Dronacharya, he started learning archery. And he became a greater archer than Arjun. How can you learn from a statue? This is called intent. When a student is ready, he can learn from anything and everyone. Even a statue can teach you. Because it's not the teacher who teaches, it's the student who learns. You have to become available. But then, because he hut tha that I have to learn, so he had to pay a consequence. What was the consequence? He had to give his thumb. And eventually Krishna had to kill him. Because even then, even after the thumb was gone, as a resentment, he still practiced, and with the just using the fingers, he was still a formidable archer. Consequence of an individual journey, not dedicating to the higher, not going with the flow of life. When we do not go with the flow of life, there will be unforeseen difficult consequences in life. And when we see that everything is happening in our life by His will, consequences still will be there, but you are seeing it as a grace, you are seeing it as a prasad, you are seeing it as His will, and therefore no complaints. Happily you are taking it in the stride as the life is unfolding. See, this is the second way. So first was the egoistic way, second was the divine, surrendering the ego to the divine, recognizing that I am not capable enough, I am not qualified enough to plan, execute anything in my life. Everything is happening by a higher will, because that higher will alone is expressing as life through me. Without Him, this life also will not be there. And if, very simply put, I can't even cough at the right time if it is not His will. I cannot sneeze at the right time because of His will. करते रहेंगे पर छींक नहीं आएगी. So everything is His will, recognition of that. And we become immune to whatever the outside circumstances are coming as a consequence. Third, even higher. Is there a higher way? I'm asking. एक तो egoistic way, one was the egoistic way, second was surrender to the divine or the guru, and that is another way. Is there another way? Bolo.
Consider yourself as God.
Oh,
One
that is a very big ego.
One and only, that context that you are one and
Close, but it has to be articulated differently. If you say, consider yourself as God. So here, Vedanta or God, language is the same, whether you take Bhakti Shastra or you take the Vedanta Shastra, or see, when I put, yesterday I gave him this example. Where was it? Khorfakar. If I put iron filings I just throw. They are all pointing in different directions. But the moment I bring a magnet close to the iron filings, what happens to the iron filings? They all become unidirectional. And if you leave them there for some time, they even start exhibiting the magnetic power. Understand what I am saying? They start exhibiting magnetic power. The magnetism, then if you take that one nail somewhere else, it will also exhibit the magnetic power. It will attract something else. Depends how long you have left it there next to the mother magnet. Exactly the same way. As long as we are having the object of the world outside, or we are thrown in this world, we are born in this world, thoughts of everything. We have come across so many people that lost the plot of life. Why? All thoughts are going in multi-direction. कोई गोल ही नहीं है लाइफ में, and therefore lose the plot of life, commit suicide, propelling to chodo, gone the other way, gone into depression. But the moment we have a focus in front of our life, immediately all the thoughts become focused by that object, that goal. And we want to achieve that because it inspires us. When we have God in front of us or Guru Maharaj in front of us, all our thoughts are even more divinely propelled and divinely affected by those. So whether it is a thought of business, whether it is a thought of giving a lecture, whether it is a thought of taking care of a family, or any other thought, when it is dedicated to the divine, when it comes in the presence of the divine, automatically everything becomes clear. Someone said, the moment we come into this hall, there is a vibration. When you go into a temple, there is a vibration. When you go to Kedarnath, Badrinath, Ayodhya, Varanasi, automatically your mind becomes calm, quiet, serene. Why?
Divine presence.
The divine presence is in the statue. Where is the divine presence? But we have given importance to that statue, no? We have given. And millions of people have come and given. There is a power of the collective. Millions of people have come. Every day the pujari invokes that statue, puts in prana pratishtha, invokes that the Lord in that statue, and it becomes alive. And many people experience miracles there. We are coming to the third point now, slowly. Can we see miracle going on in our life right now? Can we see that life is how should I put it? That life, that one, right now, till now what will we say? That God is propelling our life. But God is also objective in nature. We want to move beyond that. And how do you move beyond that? You have to recognize there's only one way. And that is either you recognize you and God are one and there is no difference, but then you are good for nothing in this life. क्या करोगे फिर उसके बाद? But we see great masters, they are one with the divine and yet they are functioning dynamically in the world. We have that experience. We have come across masters like that. So how is that? That they are able to function dynamically in life? They are able to build such great institutions where so many millions of people are getting inspired. Take Satya Sai Baba, take Ammachi, take our Dadji, take Dadji, take Ramakrishna Paramhans, take Ramana Maharishi. They have gone. They never went there to change the world. What did they do? They only changed themselves. And how did they change themselves? They're still there with the people. They're still there with the in the world. They have not run away from the world.
They surrendered.
They surrendered is one way. That language of surrender comes only when there is an object, and that object is the Lord. We are going one step beyond that, wherein we recognize that the Lord, like Jesus said, what did he say when he was on the cross? Remember? Did you study? Don't say. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost is one. Jesus, when he was nailed on the cross, pain is there, isn't it? When someone is nailing you, and he was in pain, and he said, "God, Lord, Father, why have you forsaken me?" And he cried in pain, and the pain became so excruciating that through that pain, suddenly realization, eureka. What was that? The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost are one. Who is the Father? The ultimate reality. Ultimate reality. Who is the Ghost? The Lord is the totality is the Ghost. And who is the Son? So in a simple Vedantic example, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, exactly the same way. The water, the ocean, and the wave are one. This recognition, he transcended death. He came back after 2 days, resurrected. Those masters who have attained that ultimate, even today, if you focus on them intently, or you focus on the Lord intently, they appear to you. I have come across so many people, it has happened to us also. But here we are talking about how we can make within ourselves, where we can recognize that I think God has given up on me because I am not improving. I think God is not doing enough. I think this God is not helping me, I should change my God. This also happens, isn't it? Why only God? I'll change the religion also for that matter. So, kabhi Devi help karti hai, kabhi Shivji, sometimes Vishnu, sometimes Kartikeya is more dynamic. I think I'll go to him and then I will become successful in life. So, you keep, just like you go ashram hopping, similarly you go guru hopping, similarly you go God hopping. And see where my job is getting done, which God is more is giving more blessings. This can happen. Many people we have come across, they fall into this trap. But then this is not a trap. This is an opening to something higher, if we inquire in the correct manner. Is God, creation, and this individual different, or are they the same? This creation is what? It's a play of the three: Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar. Every one of us knows. But I don't have the eye to see the creation as divine. I see the good people, I see the bad people, I see the ugly people, I see the manipulative people, I see the corrupt people. And sometimes I see those traits in myself also. So how do I see the divinity in this world? I don't even leave God for that. I think Krishna was very manipulative. People say that putting Mahabharata war, Krishna on the chariot with Arjuna, if you put that picture on the wall in your house, there will always be fight in your house. People say that. उन्होंने भगवान को भी नहीं छोड़ा. They say that Ramchandra ji, he shot the arrow on Bali from behind the tree. That was unrighteous. They didn't leave Ramchandra ji also. So we will find that whenever our attention is on something outside, there is a possibility of corruption in our focus. There is a possibility of corruption in our surrender. Because we have something called mind. Until and unless we don't come to this higher level where there is no corruption possible, and that no corruption possible is only way to see that everything is nothing but divine. Everything is nothing but divine. So who are you? You are a body. Who are you? You are the senses. Who are you? You are a breathing, there's a breathing mechanism. Who are you? You are a thinker. Who are you? You have intellect. Who are you? Who are born, who is living right now, and one day you are going to die. This is what our thinking is. Who are you? I think I am the individual, Who are you? Oh, I am a very dynamic person. I am a very calm and cool person. I am a very angry person. I am a very successful person. Who are you? No, I am me. But which me? Which me? Am I the individual me? Am I the body me? Am I the sensory me? So how do I say I am? So in our life, we never say I am. कभी बोलते हैं, कभी नहीं बोलते. Then how do you say, oh, I am seeing, I am hearing, I am touching, I am feeling, I am thinking, I am happy, I am sad, I am successful. Something is added to I am in order to define yourself. Something is added. Without a reference, you cannot define yourself. This is our way of communication. We have collected enough data in our life, enough references in our life, by which we have propped this ego, our individuality, that this is who I am. And if everything is taken away, what will happen to me? Someone I met in Melbourne, and the child passed away just now, motorcycle accident. Husband has divorced. The daughter is living all by herself. And this woman is now all by herself. All references are slowly, because once children are grown up, they don't want to listen to parents. Now, mummy karegi kya? She's all by herself. No one to take care, no one to take care of. Whole life, 15-20 years, she was taking care, and suddenly the chooks have flown away. Now what to do? Normally depression, because referential life. To get out of this depressive state, where depression is nothing but nothing is inspiring you in life anymore. There's no higher, unless the goal is not high, you will not be inspired in life. Before it was only the children, but that is just a job. That is just your sense of responsibility to nourish them. It is not a permanent job for rest of your life. Recognize this. Similarly, in your jobs also, it is not permanent. One day you are going to retire. After that, what? Majority of the people after retirement, they die. बिकॉज कुछ करने को ही नहीं है. So find some pastime, and that pastime was given as अपना भगवान का नाम लेते रहो, meditation कर, keep doing meditation, or here this is the higher thought that I am taking you to see that this Jeev Jagat Ishwar is nothing but the expression of this consciousness, and that consciousness I am. And when you come to this, till now you were depending on God to throw the dice. If my focus is there, the God will bless me. But here I am going to see now, how I am going to put it across, that everything is already perfect, everything is already successful, everything is already achieved. Nothing is lacking in our life. Nothing is lacking. We are complete. Even as we are right now, we are complete. And for that we have to change the way we look at everything in life. Because if you keep looking the way you are looking, you'll keep getting what you are getting. You have to think outside the box. I'm sorry, some people say we have to meditate. Yes, till we come to God, we have to meditate. Now I'm going to say you don't have to meditate. Because you are already that which you are seeking. Can a wave meditate on water? Because it wants to achieve oneness with the infinite. Can it meditate on water? I'm asking the question. Why? Why you nodded the head? Because?
Because of one single entity. It's
No.
an object of a subject.
It is the object of the.
Subject.
So subject itself is thinking of an object called subject. Correct? Put it that way. Subject thinking of an object which is subject itself. Correct? Now put it another way. Wave is already water. Wave is already water. So it doesn't need to achieve anything. So can it meditate on water and realize water, or it is already water? So where is the discrepancy here? The discrepancy is in acceptance. When we don't accept, then we do yoga. When we don't accept, we do pranayam. When we don't accept, we study scriptures. When we don't accept, we do all sort of funny activities. But once you accept, there and then you have achieved. You are the most successful person. I'll give you one example. The moment you got married and you put the Jaimala around the neck of husband, the man puts it on the neck of the woman, and the woman puts it on the neck of the man. From that moment onwards, the man and woman, they have accepted that they are husband and wife. Acceptance here, na? We are not talking about love marriage, we are talking about arranged marriage. Two unknown people coming together. Only acceptance. And that acceptance, then from wife, then the children come between the couple, accepted, the child accepts, these are my parents. There is no data in front of the child to say that these are the parents. They say, this is the birth certificate, I am your mother, he is your father. What's the proof? Only acceptance. And see the beauty. The moment the father comes in front of the wife, he is automatically, without any effort, husband comes out. The moment next the child talks, daddy, listen, immediately the father comes out. If there is another one, the mother is also there, immediately the son will come out. Did he do any practice to change the roles? I'm asking. Did he do anything to propel himself to drop the husband so that the father came out, then drop and let go of the father and the son came out? Or it was spontaneous? Spontaneous. This is where the highest level comes. All these practices, including study of scriptures, it's the long way to it, long way to be successful. The fastest, shortest, immediate way is only one: accept without a doubt that you are of the nature of infinite consciousness, and that infinite consciousness itself is expressing as the Jeev Jagat Ishwar. Infinite, not individual. Infinite consciousness is expressing as Jeev Jagat Ishwar. The divinity, the totality, the creation, and the individuality, because I am also, as the body, I am also part of this creation. So the material that has gone into making this creation, what is that material? Space, air, fire, water, earth. This yesterday we talked about it. Space, air, fire, water, earth. Where has it come from? From that one. It is not separate from that one. Where has the mind come from? From that one consciousness. But there are so many minds. Yes, there are so many ways. Everything is water only. Similarly, mind is consciousness, but on that mind consciousness, on that ocean of consciousness, there are thought waves which are nothing but made of that consciousness alone. That's it. Accept. Don't fight with your mind. Chitta vritti nirodha iti yoga. You try whole your life, you will not be successful. Because till today, nobody has been able to make his mind empty permanently. There's only one place where you can get empty mind permanently: death. Nowhere else. So why fight with the mind? Its job is to think. Let it think. Accept it is nothing but consciousness. Now here it comes that we cannot do anything about creation. It's so huge. We cannot do anything about God because I have not seen Him. I know there is some power, but I don't know. But where can I connect with that power of infinite inspiration, which is making the whole creation propel the world, to expand? See, where can I locate that power? I cannot locate it out there in the world. I can only locate it within myself. So I have to accept that this power within me is that total power, that infinite power. That water in the wave is the total ocean as well as the infinite waters. When I accept that it is the infinity which is expressing and is none other than who I am, there you go. Then your life is full of inspiration, because that consciousness is of the nature of Satchidananda. It's continuously existing. No question of going out of existence. It is continuously luminous. There's no question of darkness and ignorance coming into your life. And it is continuously happy for no reason. We need a reason. We need a reference. We need a cause to be happy. But here, once we accept that we are of the nature of consciousness, that the mind is of the nature of consciousness, that the world is of the nature of consciousness, that the God is of the nature of consciousness, then where am I? Where am I?
Part of it.
I am in consciousness as consciousness for consciousness, playing with consciousness, which is appearing in the forms of you all. Therefore, the Mahatmas are happy for no reason. जहाँ पे if there is an objective reference for you to be happy, there will always be a moment of sadness sometime or the other, because that object is taken away from you, whether it is outside or it is in your mind. If it is taken away from the mind also, and for example, if you are thinking about God and God has given you darshan, or your Guru Maharaj has come in your meditation and shown himself, and now after so many days of darshan of your Guru Maharaj, now suddenly he has stopped coming. Now what will you do? Then you say, I think I am not graced. I think I am going wrong somewhere. Guilt comes that I am going wrong somewhere in my life. That's why he is not coming. I think he has forgotten me. And then I tried so many things to correct, but there is nothing to correct. He wanted you to recognize that you are none other than Guru Principle. That's the next stage. कब तक किसी को पकड़ के बैठेंगे? क्योंकि पकड़ के बैठने का मतलब क्या है? Whenever there is a statue, whenever there is a person, it becomes a cult. We have to grow beyond. We have to recognize that we are, like Swami Vivekananda used to say, "Oh, children of God." He used to start addressing like that, isn't it? Why? His attention is that everything is divine. Everything is divine. Like Jnaneshwar Maharaj. You heard of Jnaneshwar Maharaj? A great saint from Maharashtra. And at age 12, he used to talk on, give lectures on Bhagavad Gita. And he used to say that I am speaking here because of the inspiration of my Guru Maharaj, that is my teacher. And also, all the words that are coming out are, yes, they are coming because he has asked me to, but the choice of words is because of all you people who are so eagerly looking at me. What I am going to say is inspiring the divinity within to come out as this articulation. Dekho? So rather than say that I am doing it, I am the infinite, that humility is there. See, Hanumanji, he was sitting with Ramchandraji. After they have killed Ravana, they have come back to Ayodhya, and the Pattabhishek is done, and Ramchandraji is sitting on a swing, and he is swinging away. Hanumanji is sitting there, and Ramchandraji is very, very, very fond of Hanumanji. And he says, Hanuman, what is this special relationship that we have between us? How do you see me? What do you think of both of us? Now, his Lord of the heart has asked a question. He has to answer. He cannot stay in silence. So he says, Lord, when my attention is on the body, I am your servant. Dasoham. Deha adhyase dasoham. When my attention is on the soul, I am a part of you, O Lord. So where is the attention? On God. When my attention is on the body, then I am a sevak. So as long as our attention is on the body, we must do seva. If this whole world is nothing but the divine, do the seva of the world. When our attention is on the soul, that body identification is gone, sensory identification is gone, mental identification is also gone, and we have come to the self in meditation, then who am I? I am a part of the Lord. Amshoham. And when I think of myself as the Atma, as the consciousness, that courage, that courage to say that oh Lord, there is no difference between you and me. So as a body, I am your servant. As a soul, I am a part of you. And as an Atma, there is no difference between you and me. So when we are going around in this world, keep that attitude. You will ever be inspired like Hanumanji is. He's always inspired, ever eager to get the job done of the divine, isn't it? And we are lazy to even wash dishes in the sink in the house. So many times you have to be reminded. Or sitting here, you have legs, go and get your own water. But no, can you get me a water? It's dust storm outside. I think we'll have some tea. With the tea, can you make some pakodas also, please? अरे खुद बना लो यार. Inspiration तब होती है when you are inspired, you are self-propelled. Remember, motivation is from outside, inspiration is from inside. And greater the goal, greater the abidance, greater infinite is the inspiration. So keep such a goal, bring yourself to such a disposition wherein everything is, your vision transforms. Rather than seeing the world, you are seeing the divine expressing in and through everyone. I'll give you one example for that. This Vedanta only can give you. You go to today we went to Gold Souk. What was Sannyasi doing there? He took me there, saw all the different things just from the outside, didn't enter any shop. But where was my attention, or where is your attention when you go to the Gold Souk? On the various ornaments, isn't it? If I buy something from there, what will I pay for? What will I pay for? I'll pay for the ornament, isn't it? What is ornament? A gold in a particular form. For that particular form, I am paying money through my nose. Suppose after 5 days, 10 days, I decide, it's not suiting my style. And I go back to the same shop and I say, hey, you gave it to me for $1,000. Yeah, I don't want this. I want something else. I want to return this. How much are you going to get back? Are you going to get back $1,000? Because you bought the form, and the goldsmith, the shopkeeper, his attention is not on the form, his attention is on the gold. He will give you only $600. You say, but I paid 1,000. That's your problem. His attention is on the essence. Your attention is on the form. Where is our attention while we are moving in this world? Is our attention on the form, or is our attention on the essence? While I am looking out there in the world, I can never become attentive of the essence outside. I can access the essence only by going within. And then the transformation happens. Transformation doesn't happen from outside in, it happens from inside out. And for that the yoga says yama, niyama, etc., etc. But that's the long way. That long way, because you have accepted you are the body, therefore you are doing the yoga. You have accepted you are the breath, without breath you cannot live, so you are doing the pranayam. You have accepted you are the senses, so you are doing the pratyahar. You have accepted you are the mind, so you are doing the dharana dhyan. Then somewhere after that you accept I am the Atma, then come to Samadhi. Why don't you accept you are the Atma right here and now? There is no data to contradict that. Another example. when you're standing in front of a mirror. When you look at the mirror, what do you see? A reflection, correct? But where do you trim your mustache? Not the ladies. Where do you put the bindi for the ladies? Do you put it in the reflection or you put it on yourself? You put it on yourself. So even though you're looking at the reflection, you're looking into the mirror, but your attention is on the original, isn't it? This is your experience every day. Correct? Similarly, even though your attention is on the world of all the variety, because in the mirror also the world is there. But where is your attention? On the people, on the good, bad, ugly of the world, achievable, non-achievable, likes, dislikes, or is your attention on the original? See, because the status of the world, you like it or not like it, I don't know, but I'll tell you the truth. The status of the world which you are living in is only equal to the status of the dream world that you experience in the dream. What is the status of the dream world? It's existing, but it is not real. Correct? It is not real. What is the other set of data you have about the dream? The mind alone became the 5 elements. The mind alone became the people, animals, plants. The time alone became the past, present, future in the dream. The mind alone became all the bodies in the dream. Mind alone became the mind of everybody in the dream. Mind alone became the life in everybody in the dream. Mind alone became the seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting in the dream of every person. Hunger, thirst, health, disease, everything is nothing but that material called mind, which expressed as the whole variety called the dream, isn't it? And when you wake up, what is the status of the dream? What is the status of the dream? Zero. You can't even remember after 5 seconds what you had dreamt. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. Even in the waking, your mind alone has become the whole world. When you realize this, a saint is born. Instead of an individual, that person is called Bhagwan Ramana Maharishi. Instead of the individual, that person is called as the Bhagwan Ramakrishna Paramahans. But this change in vision has to come about. It doesn't come about just because, no. You have to accept. And you are living, we are talking about infinite inspiration. Huh? We are continuously in this cycle of waking, dream, deep sleep, waking, dream, deep sleep, waking, dream, deep sleep. Now we have done a little bit of meditation, waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi. But samadhi also breaks after some time. I want a final solution from which there is no coming back. I want to transform everything into that one homogeneous mass of divinity, in which there is no coming and going, in which there is no likes and dislike, in which there is no running towards or running away from anything. That will be more fulfilling, isn't it? For that, you have to stop living only 1/3 or 1/4 of your life. 1/3, you are only living the waking life. You're not. Either if you take this waking to be real, then you should take dream also to be real and sleep also to be real. But if you say dream is imagination, then take waking also to be imagination. The rules must be the same rules must be applied everywhere. Just like gravity is one rule, everywhere you go, there is the same rule. Everyone has hunger, same rule. But we are living one third. Only waking we live, only waking we say, tomorrow also I am going to have the same body, tomorrow also I am in the same house, tomorrow also the same wife, tomorrow also the same children. Everything is a continuous of yesterday, today and tomorrow is a continuation of that. In dream it's not so. Different rule in the dream, different rule in waking. Either you make a dream into change it to reality, or you make the waking into a dream. And our scriptures say the waking is just another dream. And why I said 1/4? Because if you take meditation also, then it becomes 4. Waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. Everything you get into and you come out. You don't stay permanently in meditation. When you come out, the world is still there. The problems of the world are still there. The irritation is still there. The duality is still there. And I want to transform this into a homogeneous experience from there where there is no coming back. While living, posthumously is not possible. Posthumously मतलब मरने के बाद possible नहीं है. While living, this has to happen. And this is the higher way, wherein we are infinitely propelled by accepting that we are essentially the essence of everything. I, as the Atma, is none other. When the teachers say or the Upanishads say Tattvamasi, that Tattvamasi means you are that. Like Mrs. Nisargadatta Maharaj, when he was told you are that, he said, yes, I am that. He realized. I am that means what? I am that which is everything. There is nothing else apart from that. And coming to recognize this in this manner, that you are the source. Because I cannot say he is the source of my life. For बच्चों के लिए ठीक है. For children it is okay. Parents are the source. But as you grow up, you must come to realize this. That you are the source of not only your life, but of the whole creation. What is that creation? Jeev, a play between Jeev, Jagat and Ishwar. For such a person who has accepted this, that this pure infinite consciousness is alone this Jeev, Jagat, Ishwar, such a person can never fall into depression, can never feel sad, can never feel an attraction of like or dislike, can never feel a lack of anything in his life. He always feels he is complete. And think of your life on a daily basis. Every day we are moving, doing so much only to feel complete. And this thought which I have just presented to you before, that consciousness is all that which is and it is complete, that is taking you. All you have to do is accept and you are complete. And then play the game. Just like Bhagwan, he makes the world, he breaks the world, कोई problem नहीं है. Not because he wishes to break the world or create the world, it is happening in his presence. And this way, with this thought, that first level was at an individual level, at an egoistic level, where one puts lot of hard work to remain inspired, to move ahead, move forward in life, and face the consequences. Second is that he surrenders to the Lord, he puts his attention to the Lord, his intent is there is some higher power which is making the whole world go around, but still that higher power is looked at as an objective experience, and grace is invoked. blessings are invoked from the Guru, from the God, etc., etc. And many people find solace, find satisfaction, fulfillment by doing that. And many have been benefited. But it is still incomplete. Maximum that will take you to is heaven. Again, you have to take birth. And the highest way is to recognize that there is one without a second pure consciousness, and that pure consciousness alone is expressing as the Jeev Jagat Ishwar, and that consciousness can be contacted and has to be accepted by me as myself. And therefore, the last thought, completely last thought, Bhagavad Gita says, Uddharet Atmanatmanam Atmanam Avasadayet. Bhagavad Gita does not say do all the sadhanas. It says raise yourself by yourself, in yourself, for yourself. Uddharet. Uddharet is to raise. And it's not said raise yourself by body, raise yourself by breath, raise yourself by mind. It hasn't said that. It says raise yourself by yourself. So don't take any support from outside. Be self-sufficient. Be content. Be complete. And that is the ultimate, where the direction of life, whether you want or you don't want, life is taking you in that direction to that destination. You recognize it now or you recognize it in many, many lifetimes. Choice is yours. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.